Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? It's the NOB, the number one boomer. Appreciate y'all for stopping in, checking me out, spending time with me. Before we get started, I would appreciate if you would just hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hang around, just become part of the tribe. We're going to be doing some, just a variety of things over here, as you can see. Clearly see by the name of my channel, it's a gaming channel. And if you see right above me here, I have MotoGP 2026 shown up here, which is a game I kind of wanted to give just a few quick thoughts. I'm not even so sure I would call it a review per se, but maybe in a way it is. But as you can also see over here, over here to my right, I suppose you see some actual MotoGP going on. There's actually a race weekend coming up. What are we looking at here? We are at, is this Assen? We are at Circuit Assen this weekend. So I figured maybe this would be a good weekend maybe to do a debut of my MotoGP 2026 content for this particular weekend. So, but with that being said, because I found myself at a dilemma doing this particular content. One is that I'm a motorcyclist at heart. I've done track days in my years. I've torn some stuff up. I've slid some stuff. I put the knee down. I've got battle scars to prove it. But with that being said, I'm kind of trash on that. So I'm not trying to. But what I'm really saying is that, it's motorcycles and racing is in something that's in my blood, and it's just deeply ingrained into me. So I follow MotoGP pretty regularly. I try to catch all the events that I can when I can. At the same time, I'm a gamer and I love to play MotoGP. At least that's been the case here the past few days. I want to say that I picked this MotoGP 2026 up probably about 5 days ago, just to give it a shot, just to give you some context on where my review and where my thoughts are coming from. The first time I played MotoGP was in its initial launch back in 2001. Was that it? 2001. I should have had all this pulled up already, because it was actually, and this is some boomer stuff for sure, I was an Xbox Live beta tester. So this was one of the games that was one of the first games ever playable on Xbox Live. Xbox Live, first MotoGP game. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. First, man, and I'm fat fingering all this stuff. First MotoGP game for Xbox. Let's do it. 2001. Looks like it's 2001, 2002. I see something down here. 2000, based on 2001. Okay, it's based on the 2001 racing season, and it came out in 2002. It looks like. Okay. All right. So now we have some history. So that's when I played the original MotoGP game. And that was the game that I spent a lot of time on that game. And after that game ran its course and the next successor MotoGP came out, I didn't play that. I think maybe I bought it, but I didn't. The thrill was gone, I guess, so to speak, and I didn't play that. And I haven't played much since then at all. If I'm not mistaken, I picked up MotoGP maybe around 2018, 2019 or so, just to kind of see what was going on with it at that time. For some reason, I felt like I maybe wanted to kind of get back into it, but I didn't really, even though I bought the game. I only kind of maybe played with it for about a week or so. And then I just kind of lost my motivation to continue on playing it. And the reason why I lost that motivation was because it seemed like, just when I was playing, like my bike settings were just, I was struggling to just have a fun time with it. My bike was just vibrating all over the place, and I just couldn't, like I said, I just couldn't have fun with it. So that was the last time I touched MotoGP or tried to. And so that's the extent of my experience there with MotoGP. So with that being said, I got MotoGP 26 a few days ago, downloaded it from Steam. And I will say that it has been a joy to play. I must admit, I wasn't, I don't know. I guess maybe going into it, I don't know. I won't say I had low expectations. I didn't have any expectations at that point, but I guess based on the last experience I had with MotoGP, when, just seemed like I was saying, I was having so much trouble getting my bike set up, and I wasn't even doing anything tricky. It was just kind of like what I thought at the time were pretty much default settings. But even with that, it just was a frustrating experience for me to try to, continue to play it. So I just found myself kind of battling with it there the first few days. Again, I'm talking about the 2019 last one that I bought. I just found myself battling with it, and I got frustrated, and I just stopped playing it before I could even get all of that figured out. But I'm happy to say with the 2026, that has not been an issue at all. It has been an absolute joy to play these past few days. And so I just wanted to give a quick review of that. The bikes are, and I guess we'll get into it because I'm kind of torn here of which direction to kind of start this from. I know I'm going to do start doing a career mode, but at the same time, I probably will incorporate some real MotoGP content as well. Just like, I have up here on my screen to the right, this is Assen this weekend. Let's look at our calendar here. So we have, what is that? This is the 10th race we're getting to for this year. This is race number 10. And it looks like there's, so we've almost reached halfway point of the season. And it has been a spectacular season. Is spectacular the right word? Is that the word I'm looking for? Bizarre, maybe even bizarre. But just to see, I guess this is last year's standings. But just to see the turnaround where, Bezzecchi, I thought it was a wrap early on, probably 5-6 races in. I thought Bezzecchi was just going to steamroll this thing. But to see the absolute turnaround and just, I don't know if you want to call them fortunate or misfortunate events, depending on who you're rooting for, I guess, to see the absolute turnaround in how things are looking right now. Um, I'm a I'm a pretty big Mark Marquez fan. I have a lot of I enjoy him. I enjoy seeing him win. Um, uh, you know, it's there's not there's some other riders that I enjoy seeing as well. So I'm not a hater of anyone. I try to appreciate all of the riders as much as I can. I enjoy seeing Bezecchi ball out, Martin ball out, the young guys coming in. I enjoy seeing the energy and bravado of seeing young Pedro Acosta seeming to come in and, even though he hasn't gotten his win yet, but he's there. He's there. He's the Iagura coming in. Just it's been real interesting and nice and fun to watch. So even though Mark is an old head, so to speak, there's a lot of fresh new faces that I really enjoy seeing too. So, so I don't want you to think that I'm just a Marquez fanboy. I'm fanboy to many of the riders. That's probably Acosta. I would love to see him do his thing too, and I think he'll get there. But as you can see, my interest in MotoGP is not just game related. It is also actual, motorcycles and just MotoGP itself. But it'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend in Assen. If Bezecchi and Martin, they drop the ball again, man, it would just be crazy to see Mark actually come back and like win this thing. It really would be. It really would be. Well, and maybe that's about as much as I will talk about the actual MotoGP right now, because this isn't. That's why, early on I was saying I was kind of struggling with this channel, because I didn't, when it comes to, or not this channel, but with MotoGP content itself, for me, following the actual sport and event I'm just as excited about that as I am when I play MotoGP 2026. But with that being said, let's get into Moto. Let me talk a little bit more about that. And let me know in the comments, just, what's your thoughts on how I should approach this? Would you want me to separate my the real MotoGP event comments from the actual gameplay, just the MotoGP 26 video, or is it okay to just kind of incorporate it in? I have to watch myself, because I have a tendency to run my mouth too much, and my videos may drag out. I'm up here now I have a triple screen set up, and one of my screens is up high, and I'm just looking at the timer now to see how much time has gotten away from me. And but with that being said, I'm going to start a MotoGP 26 career, and I think I'm going to record. I don't know if you want to see the practice sessions, and I'm not sure. If those should be separate videos. So the practice session of a weekend, of a particular race weekend. Like I wanted to do, show the practice sessions, show the qualifying sessions, show the Tissot sprint race event, and then the actual actual full race. But I kind of feel like it's going to make the video too long. So, with that being said, maybe I'll just do a practice video now, just with me on the race weekend. I'm starting from, just to let you know, I'm starting from a new season, so I'm starting in Thailand. I've spent the past few days trying to get familiar with the track. That is a track that is new to me when it comes to racing on video games. There are some tracks that I kind of have some memory of and some familiarity with, just from playing the past MotoGP games. Like some tracks are, they're still basically the same, like Mugello or Brno. I think Assen is one that was in MotoGP, and I'm pretty sure I'll pick that one up fairly quickly when I get to that track in career mode. But Thailand is not one of those tracks. That's totally new track to me. So it's taken me a few days, in my old age, to get kind of fairly decent where I'm just not running absolute last in the grid. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up from here, and I think that's what I'll do, and I'll show my practice session and include that in this particular video. But like I said before, I think MotoGP 26, it's been a joy so far. I haven't had to fight with it, struggle with it. Really enjoyed playing it so far. So, and I think it's going to continue on. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to the practice and see what happens. Okay, we are back. We're loading into the game. Just to give you some more information, I'm going to be using this is a Victrix Pro BFG controller that I had. I bought it actually for Gears of War, but it seems like I think it's going to do great for this game. Let's see if we can get going here. All right. Now, because I am so rusty, I'm going to start off in Moto 3, which I thought was really, really cool. I'm not sure when they started, being able, just when they added Moto 2 and Moto 3 into this game, but I thought it was pretty cool that they did. And I'm going to take advantage of it because I'm so rusty. And I'm going to start my career off in Moto 3. There, I said it. I'm starting my career off in Moto 3. Hopefully that won't turn you off too much. And then I'm just going to work my way up. I just feel like I just need to take some time to get familiar with the tracks and just the feel of the game, which, the feel is coming pretty quickly. It feels really good. What other information would you like to know? Just for context, if you're looking at my screen, if you think my graphics are trash, that's because the computer that I'm running this on is not very high end. It's I've had this computer for a few years. It's running an i9 11900K CPU with only a 370 RTX graphics card. I have about 65 gigabytes of RAM. So that's, again, if you're looking at the graphics and you are disappointed, just know that my setup is not very strong. All right, so we are in Thailand again, Moto 3, and we're going to do a practice session. And see how it goes. Let's get it. I guess now here I'm looking at the weekend. So it looks like there's some rain expected. I've done this practice session a few times already, so it's going to start raining on me. I guess I haven't looked ahead though any further. I see that looks like qualifying or free practice 2 and qualifying, everything else looks to be dry, so that's good. What else? I want you to just get you all this information. So I'm not controlling the weather. The weather's going to be what it's going to be, even though I'm definitely not looking forward to a wet race at all. My settings, I have my settings on adaptive. If I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to keep adjusting with my performance. As you can see right now, it looks like is it about just normal or midway, but that's where it is. The game experience is on Pro. You can see my other settings here. Aids pretty much off. I do have my trajectory line on. I find that useful. 100% game speed, transmission. I'm running manual transmission, even though I'm still trying to get used to it. But so I think those are the big things here. Just to let you know. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into this practice session and see how it goes. See what we can do here.
Good morning from Buriram. The practice session is about to begin, with the teams working to sort out the final details.
All right, I might scoot back a little bit. All right, let's get it. Let's see. One thing I do wish they had done is let me have more control over creating my character in the facial aspect. I noticed they didn't really have any old guys like me, because I wanted to put my old mug up in there, like old 50, I wanted to be up in there. All right, so here we are. Let's go. It looks like we got 35 minutes. We're going to do a flying start.
The bike is ready and the rider is about to take to the track.
And this channel, this video, these are more, this is like, we just hanging out vibing, okay? This is just supposed to be a chill vibe session. Just us learning the game. All right, let's see what we got. Still struggling on this track, but it's gotten a lot better. The game feels really good, I must say. Still got a lot of work to do on this track for sure. A lot of work. Not bad. Man, this corner right here is... Yeah. Went a little wide on that one, but this has been so very helpful, being able to start off in Moto 3. That's too slow there. Too slow, wrong gear, everything. It's bad. I'm in rough shape. Okay, that was pretty good. Better for sure. All right, let's see if we can get a good lap in. 'Cause this one, oh my goodness, I'm at 14. That's the thing about this game, is like consistency. Yeah, I might can do one good lap, but I mean, you know, for a race, you got to be consistent. Got to be consistent over the entire race. You know, the thing about this game is, if I mess up, like if I fall and crash my bike, I actually, oh my goodness, I actually feel like, you know, it's justified. You know how some racing games you play, you crash and you're not even really sure why. It just doesn't seem right. This one seems right. Seems like they got it. All right, let me. Hush my mouth. I'm dead last right now. I'm going to be quiet. I'm just going to focus. Try to. Okay, up to 16. We're in the top 20. Oh my. Okay. That's what's up. You know, and two, you know, racing with people is one thing just to be doing track times by yourself, but in an actual race is, you know, just a whole bunch of people jockeying for position. You know, that's a whole different animal. Oh! Alright. Yeah, like I said before, whenever I crash in this game, I feel like it's justified. I can't be crashing during the real races, so. Tough corner there for me. I'm surprised my time is still holding number one. I don't think that's gonna hold. Ah. Yeah, it could have been worse. Could have been worse for sure. All right, let's get our intensity back. I need some stamina. No. All right, my time's still holding up. No. All right, it's gonna be a rough race. Have to maintain my composure. Find that when other bikes are on the screen with me, it gets me out of sorts. All right. All right, my goal in this first race, I think, is just to see if I can get points. As you can see, I have no consistency. Practice not getting distracted. I almost wanted to crash on me. But I can actually feel when it's getting away. I mean, that's actually, they did a good job on recreating that feel. And I need to just be patient and give up a spot. Like if they have the position on me, I just need to concede until I get it back. Just be patient. Basically work on my patience. Oh man, all off the track. That's better. A lot of time in that corner there that I'm dropping. A lot of time everywhere, I guess.
Okay, we got a decent little gap here between first and second. Time is still holding, okay? Good sign. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, look at that. I cracked a 140. I've never done that before. Wow, 140.6. It's looking promising, but as you can see, I don't have any consistency. So if I get in this race and start crashing, that's not. Yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to rip off one great lap, you know, a couple of great laps here and there. But if you don't have any consistency, or race pace, you know, I have to get some maturity. Race maturity going on. Okay, that felt good. But the physics are so that it gives you warning, like when you're messing up and stuff. gonna start raining soon. I'm way off the track. I'm sure I'll get penalized in the race for that. And just to let you know, I've never done qualifying or any career race. TSO sprint. I've never done one. So all of it except for this practice session. Went in my mouth. Practice session is the only thing I've done. All right, looks like the track is wet now. Or starting to get wet. I think I should pit. Let me go ahead and let me return to the pit. I think I'm supposed to change my tires here.
We return with the images from the pit lane.
Maybe
where
some
the
wet
rider
tires.
is returning to his pit.
Let's see here. Right, let me get it to the wet tire. Let me change to the wet tires. Okay. You can run to difficulty. Now let's see. It's giving me a warning here, but I think it's getting ready to pour down rain here shortly, or it started to.
The mechanics take the bike out of the...
Let's see. I usually don't pit. I usually just keep going, just same tires, because I'm too lazy to pit, I guess. Well, let me see if there's any difference. Trying to learn and get better. It's really wet now, so. Oh man, I thought. Alright, I'm disappointed here. Definitely not a big fan of racing in the wet. All right, the pace has slowed dramatically. For sure. Okay. Feel your pain. Feel your pain. All right, I don't think anybody's going to be... They haven't broken it by now. I see they've shaved some time off of it, though. They're probably not going to break it in the wet. It would be scary if they did. If they smoke my time in the wet, I'm done. Like, on race day, I know I'm done. On a dry day, if they beat my time in the wet, handling is definitely with these wet tires on, handling is definitely not as good, that's for sure. Oh, I ran over his legs. All right, we only have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in practice. All right, I think this is kind of a formality here. I'm just trying to get some more lap times in, some more practice. Mainly just some more experience here, shifting the gears and everything, because I just put it on manual a couple of days ago, so it's still not quite muscle memory. You know, with my shifting, I'm still having to think about it. Fair amount. I mean, it's definitely gotten a lot better, for sure. Definitely gotten a lot better. But there's a lot of room for improvement still. A lot of people going down out here. All right, down to 40. We can get one more lap in, I guess. And that's going to be the end of the session. Oh, man. All right, so I guess I'm just learning here that I need to, you know, if it starts raining, I need to slow it down and just be patient. Don't get ahead of myself. Going down left and right out here. It's cool to see the AI going down. Like, they're not perfect, I guess. You know, they're making mistakes. That's pretty cool. All right. Definitely no magic happening on this lap. All right. I think that's it. I think that's going to do it. When I cross the line.
The practice session has just ended.
All right.
Now the riders will go back to the pits to talk with their mechanics and get ready for the qualifying rounds.
Man, 140.6. I mean, I'm shocked I did that time. Like I said, the best time I had produced before was a 141.2 maybe. So that, I'm not sure where that came from. Not sure. All right, YouTube fam, that's going to do it for us for this particular video. I appreciate y'all for hanging in there. I apologize for it being so long. I just felt like I needed to take a few minutes up front there at the beginning to kind of put some context on the upcoming, on this content and the upcoming MotoGP content that you're going to be seeing on this channel as well too. So hopefully you'll stick around for the ride and become part of the tribe. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Just peace. Love y'all.